guys, this is Nina Perez and this is Memoirs of a Fat Girl, going from P.H.A.T to P.H.A.T, which is pretty healthy and terrific in real time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe below. Make sure that you subscribe, click like, share the videos, but make sure you click that little bell notification so that you don't miss a video. We have great recipes on here. This is my journey. This is a journey from a overweight girl, a fat girl, going from P.H.A.T to physically and pretty healthy and terrific. It is in real time and it takes a long time for us to get there, but you know what? We're doing it. And my community is growing and people are joining and saying, you know what? I wanna be in the boot camp. I wanna learn your recipes. I wanna do all this stuff. So we are making this happen. I am over 40, so I am struggling with other issues, of course. Went to go see a physical therapist today because I'm so overweight. All of the running and all of that stuff has done a little work on my knees. But the knees have always been a problem because of my weight. So thank goodness I am down 20.5 inches. I feel very strong. My physical therapist is gonna work with me to work on my knees and my hips and stuff like that. So your girl is getting it done. We're getting it done. I also went to see a naturopath and I found out all of the things that I'm intolerant to, which is causing a lot of inflammation in my joints and bones and stuff. So hopefully I will have them come on the show. I'm gonna ask them. I haven't asked yet, but I'm gonna ask them if they would do an interview to talk about what naturopath medicine is and how that can help you, and also physical therapy and how that can help you. Hopefully they will be willing to come on the show. So on this show, we do great recipes, we do exercises, and we also talk to experts. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video, okay? Great. Today I decided to do a sugar-free pot de creme, but I'm going to make it with coffee. So a coffee pot de creme, if you will. And I think it's going to be delicious. We will see. It's something that I worked on, right? A little bit of sugar. Actually, we're going to start this in a very cold pan. And what I'm going to put in here is your coconut milk, or I used cream. So I used a coconut cream that has no guar gum, no sugar added or anything like that, and egg. So we're gonna start this, like I said, the pan is still cool, so we'll put it in a cool pan. Usually you would temper the eggs, but because we're starting it in a cool pan, I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this together really well. And then we're gonna make this go to a warm, it's gonna go to a warm simmer, not a boil. Do not boil. And the reason that you're mixing this so well in here first together is so that you don't get scrambled eggs. Nobody wants scrambled eggs. But we are going to make this nice and warm. Make sure that, like I said, it goes into a simmer because this is going to lay on top of sugar-free chocolate. So I got this chocolate from Lilly's and it says no sugar added. It's only 8 grams of carbs, no sugar, okay? So let's give it a shot. I mean, usually pot de creme is made with like a nice, rich, deep, dark chocolate. And you don't normally add too much sugar if you don't need to, because sometimes the chocolate has enough. This doesn't have any added chocolate, so hopefully it's stevia sweetened. It does say that, stevia sweetened. So I use 55% cocoa, all right? So we're gonna let this warm up. And as soon as this warms up, I mean, this is simple recipe, guys. This is a simple recipe, okay? It is literally just a few ingredients. You're not gonna bake anything because the egg is cooking inside of your coconut cream. So you're not gonna need to bake this, okay? So we're gonna cook this down, let this warm up. We are gonna drop that into 8 ounces of chocolate chips, and you can use chopped chocolate if you have it. You can use any chocolate really, unless you're on a low carb diet like me. I'm trying to go low carb. I'm trying to go as grain free as possible. I don't know if I can call myself keto or paleo yet because I follow some of their principles, but I can't stay in ketosis. Ketosis is really hard for me. I'm always getting out of ketosis. And quite frankly, I don't know if I want to do the keto diet for all of my life, but I won't mind doing some of their recipes, which are really good, and I do have a lot of great recipes on here. And paleo also, because they don't use dairy at all, I don't think, and I'm actually cow milk free. I can do goat milk, I can do sheep milk, but I can't do cow because the cow has the highest casein, which I am highly intolerant to. So it seems like the other ones do not bother me. as much as the cow does. So this, it's getting warm and it's going up to a simmer. I'm gonna just up it just a tiny bit so that it doesn't boil. Like I said, I don't want to boil. And I'm keeping it moving because I'm trying to let the eggs incorporate with the coconut cream so that you don't get any boiled scrambled eggs. That would just be gross and you gotta start over, okay? So we're gonna mix this around for a few more minutes. As soon as it simmers, I'll be right back to talk about the next steps. All right, it's almost there. You want it to be nice and rich and creamy. That's why I use the coconut cream instead of the coconut milk, but the coconut milk would work just fine. Just make sure you keep stirring. Make sure that you stay here for a few minutes to make sure that it's getting into a nice creamy custard. I'm gonna drop some coffee in here. So I have some espresso powder that I found in my cupboard and I'm like, yeah, coffee, hello. So I'm gonna use coffee and a tad, like a pinch of salt. And the pinch of salt is because most of you probably already know this, but it really brings out a great flavor in chocolate. Salt does. That's why you have like a lot of sea salt caramels and things like that, because the salt just, you know, it really accentuates flavor, right? I mean, everything needs a little bit of salt in their life, right? So we're gonna go ahead and keep doing this now. Now we blended in the coffee. We're gonna let the coffee go right all through the cream and the egg, and this is gonna become a nice rich custard. And when it does become creamy enough that you can pass your fingers without it dripping, you're good to go, okay? Be right back. Okay, now that it's starting to thicken, I should have put in some cinnamon before and I didn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some cinnamon in here because of course cinnamon and chocolate is just a great combination. Usually I have cinnamon sticks at home and I couldn't find my cinnamon sticks anywhere. But usually what I do is I put the cinnamon stick in the beginning and I cook it down together so that the cinnamon just goes through the entire mixture. I couldn't find my cinnamon sticks, so therefore I did cinnamon ground, so ground cinnamon. And we are just going to mix this in, let this infuse a little bit. Make sure that this mixture coats the back of your spoon. So this is gonna take about 10 minutes. It takes about 10 to 12 minutes of you kind of stirring. I would say just keep stirring constantly while you're here because I don't want it to burn. I don't want you to burn your custard and then you're gonna be so upset. Especially if you have to start over, especially if you don't have another can of coconut milk in the house. You know, sometimes we don't have time to run out and get these things. So I wanna know below if you guys have a pot de creme or a custard or something that you use that's low carb that you would highly recommend. I would love to try it. And if it's really good, I'd like to bring it on the show and just let me know where it comes from and I will be more than happy to share that with the world. I made this recipe here because I wanted to see if I can, you know, make a pot de creme without any sugar or anything and hopefully it will still taste good. I also found this really great coconut whipped cream, which I'll show you later. I found it on Amazon. I found it at a food show I went to in New York City, but you can buy it on Amazon. And it's pretty awesome. Like it really does whip up like a whipped cream. And I will show you that after, because after you pour this in the chocolate, which we are about to do, we are going to pour them into little cups, put them in the fridge for like 4 to 5 hours before we can eat one. I know, right? Whatever. But you kind of have to do that for it to set and become nice and solid. So when you put your spoon in, you get this rich, creamy, amazing chocolate dessert. So I am going to, I think we might be there. So I take a spoon and coat the back of it. So it's just about there, almost. See how it left that little line on the back of the spoon? That means it's just about ready. I'm gonna stir it just for a few more. And then, like I said, do not boil. So I'm gonna turn this off. So as starting to boil a little bit, and that's not what I want. So I think we are good. I think we're good. We've been here for about 10 minutes or so. Want to make sure that nothing is stuck to the bottom. Please let there nothing. Nope, it's good. All good. Okay. Again. All right. If you can see that line and it doesn't really drip, we're good to go. All right. So I'm going to use this the strainer because I don't want it to leave any lumps. I want this to be so smooth. I want it to be a really, really smooth chocolate dessert, and I can't do that if I have lumps of things going on. So we're gonna pour this in here. See what I mean? Look, lumps. You do not want coconut lumps and egg lumps or whatever that is in there. Okay, you don't want that in there. So you want this to be smooth. I'm not gonna touch this now. I'm gonna literally let this sit for about 5 to 6 minutes, just so that it starts to temper and melt the chocolate. Once it does that, I'm gonna take my spatula and I'm actually gonna clean it because there's a couple lumps on here and I don't want any lumps. I'm gonna clean this off, let this sit so the chocolate melts naturally. When it melts, I'm gonna stir it and then in goes the vanilla. Now you can use whatever extract you like. I have vanilla, so that's what I'm using, but almond would be great in here. Oh my gosh, can you imagine that? Almond in there, or coconut. Don't use anything like a lemon or anything like that. I think you guys know that, right? Look. But use something that you do like. I mean, raspberry, banana. Maybe some people like the flavor of orange and chocolate together. I do. I think it's delicious. Lemon and chocolate though? I'll probably skip that one. But some extract is great in here, but I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes. And after the 5 minutes, we will come back and start assembling our babies together. All right, we're back, and let's see. It's been about 5 minutes. Hopefully this has already melted for the most part. I don't really want any chocolate lumps in here. That's why I use these mini chocolate chips, just so that they melt quickly. When you have your own bar of chocolate that you're using, just cut them up really small. Don't leave big pieces because it'll take longer for it to melt, and it's just going to be annoying for you to, you know, keep stirring and trying to heat them up so that you melt them all. Yep, this looks pretty smooth. This looks pretty smooth. No chocolate bumps that I can see, but I'm just going to mix this really, really well. I'm going to go ahead and put in the extract. Oh, I love pure Madagascar vanilla extract. It is delicious. I don't remember where I got that from. It might have been Costco. You get the big bottle. It's like 24 bucks or whatever, but it lasts forever. All right. This looks pretty darn good. This looks pretty darn good. Everything is melted. We got that little bit of espresso going on in here. Chocolate, coconut, vanilla, egg. I mean, this looks pretty freaking good, guys. All right. These are our little tiny ramekins, and we are just gonna pour this in here. We'll go halfway, and we'll add a little more if we have to. Pretty good. Pretty good. So you're going to get about 6 ramekins, so smaller ramekins, not those large ones. Plus, we can't be eating all of that anyway, right? It's too much. pretty good. Looks pretty good. Some of these have a little bit more than others. That's okay. Don't normally like things to be uneven, but whatever. So this is your pot de creme. And we are gonna put this in the fridge for about 4 hours, okay? We're gonna come back. I'm gonna show you how to do a quick whipped cream to go on top. It's gonna be a coconut keto whipped cream. So it's gonna be coconut cream, that whipped one that I told you about. I'm gonna see if it's sweetened. I can't remember. If it isn't sweetened, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of monk fruit in there and some vanilla, just to give it some flavor, and that's going to go onto this chocolate. So don't you miss it. Come back. Don't forget to subscribe while you're waiting. Subscribe! We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. So it's been now like 4 hours or so, and it took about 4 hours for it to set. See, it doesn't come out. So I have found this amazing product. It is a coconut cream. It's a coconut heavy whipping cream. It's called Organic Heavy Coconut Cream. And it is actually really nice. It actually whips up like a whipped cream. So I'm gonna just put this in here. I left it in the fridge just so it has a nice cold consistency. And I also put the bowl and my whip in the fridge. So we're gonna whip this up. I'll be right back. We're gonna put this in a bag, and then we're just gonna finish off our dessert. All right, I think I froze the whipping cream for too long, and so it's not holding up the way I'd like, but I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little on the tops anyway, because these are gonna go back into the fridge. This usually whips up really well, and you could even use like coconut milk and just put it in the fridge, and the coconut milk separates the milk from the cream and the fat on the top. And you could take that fat from the top and actually whip that as well with a little bit of sugar and a little vanilla, which all I put in here was maybe a teaspoon of monk fruit just to sweeten it a little bit. But it didn't whip up the way I wanted it to, but that's my fault because I put it in the freezer, forgot about it, and then when I took it out, I mixed it together. I didn't realize that putting it in the freezer was going to take away the ability for it to whip properly. So, you live and you learn, right? This anyway was just to top it off. You don't really need it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top, just because I want to. You could sprinkle some cocoa on there, cocoa nibs if you have them. I love that crunchiness of a cocoa nib, and a little bit of cinnamon. And I think that that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Look at that, gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try one anyway. It's not set completely, but so let's give this a try and see if you guys should make this. You shouldn't make this because if you make this, you're gonna eat more than one. Don't make it. It is very good. And it's rich. It even has a deep chocolate flavor, and it's sweet, but it's not sweet like overbearing sweet. It's actually very, very nice. So definitely we'll be putting this on our archive. I'll be making sure to link all of the information below. Don't forget to visit our shop. We have a lot of great merch on there. Go on there as well on my website, memoirsofafatgirl.live. Go on there, check out our recipes. There's a confessions corner. There's a lot of great stuff going on there, and the shop is on there as well. I will be putting this onto our channel, so you can please go make sure you subscribe, click the like button and the share, and make sure that you click that little bell so that you don't miss a video. Let me know what you think. Give this recipe a try and give me like ideas of what you would do differently, or what you like, or any ideas of recipes that you want me to check out. Just let me know. I love to try new things, and because this is my journey from going from F.A.T. to P.H.A.T, I need all the help I can get. And that's where I'm going to lean on you guys. And I hope you guys can lean on me. Thank you so much for watching. This is Nina Perez, and this is Memoirs of a Fat Girl, going from F.A.T. to P.H.A.T. in real time. Fat out.